Hello and welcome to Romantic Renewal, your journey to lasting relationships with Sean Donovan and Mahesh Trivedi. And once again, please, if you haven't already, click the subscribe and the bell to be notified of when new videos are released. And if you've already done that, thank you. Today's topic, words that destroy and words that build. Firstly, congratulations, you made it to the last lesson in the communication module. Previously, we've learned a great deal about communication patterns and styles. In the last lesson, we learned how to ensure that you and your partner understand each other through reflective listening. In this final communication lesson, we'll learn about words and phrases which can increase conflict and the wonderful words which can assist in communicating with each other. So, Mahesh, can you tell us a little bit
Yes, yes.
about the nature of disagreements?
Yes, Sean. The the main area um, to understand that people disagree because they are different people, and it is quite normal, no matter how good your relationship, to have differences of opinion. The key is to speak and act in such a way that you can sort out the disagreement in a way that is mutually beneficial to both of you. There is no need to be concerned that you don't agree all the time. Just learn and practice how to keep any communication challenges to a minimum and substitute words that separate with words that unite. Basically, you are partners. You hurt when things come up which separate you. You want to feel comfortable with each other. You want to enjoy each other. You also want to resolve challenges in your relationship peacefully and happily. And remember, words have power to create or destroy. So, um, Sean, what are the techniques when talking with each other?
Thanks, Mahesh. Some key techniques. You may have heard these before. Avoid the word you when you're angry. It usually comes off as blaming your partner. You forgot my birthday. It's like pointing your finger in their face and blaming. Your partner is on the defensive and the disagreement escalates. Express your feelings beginning the sentence with I. I felt hurt when you didn't celebrate my birthday. Expressing your feelings this way makes it about you and not your partner. You're accepting responsibility for your part when you use I. And avoid absolutes such as never and always. When you use such words, your partner may or will respond as if attacked. When you say, you always leave your shoes in the hallway, your partner will point out the times they put them in the closet, and this separates you. You never take out the garbage will elicit, look, I took it out last week. And another word to avoid is should. Telling someone they should do something implies they are guilty of not doing something. Who says they should? Was it God? Your mother? The government? Rephrase your statement to, I would appreciate it if you would. Again, you're accepting responsibility for your preference. Remember that reflexive listening. When you sit down with the intention of understanding each other, you'll both begin with I sentences to express your feelings. So that's enough about I. How about you, Mahesh? What can you suggest about some phrases that might separate and some phrases that might build?
Yes, Sean, the phrases that separate and phrases that build. So it's very important to to understand and practice. So imagine your partner saying with a sarcastic tone, "Well, what is the matter with you?" That's an aggressive statement and tone of the voice. It automatically forms a wedge between the two of you. So when someone asks a question in a sarcastic manner, two things are revealed. Number one, something is going on with your partner. So it could be your relationship or it could be something at work. So when the time is right, you might ask um, with like a, are you okay? Number two is you both have something important to talk about. So you have an opportunity to build your relationship or join your partner in separating the two of you. So the first point is, as hurt as you may be, take a deep breath and form a response such as, yes, I might be laid off. Maybe talk about it later. The second aspect is sometimes the best response is to take a break. Why don't we take a time out for 10 minutes? This works better if you have already discussed taking a time out when you need to. So to build your relationship, you want to establish intimacy. And a wonderful way to bring you and your partner closer is to show your interest in them. So great way of showing your interest is by asking open-ended questions. Like the first one, why did that upset you? So an open and inquisitive tone of the voice is important when you ask these questions. You are not attempting to challenge your partner. You want to know what happened. And even if your partner says things you disagree with, let them talk. They may need to vent to relieve some emotional pressure. Number two is, how are you viewing this? So listen to what they are saying rather than trying to form your response. As we discussed in an earlier lessons, people want to be heard and understood. So when appropriate, respond with, what I am hearing is blah blah blah. Is that correct? Like you validate that. You can also make a short comments that let the other know you are listening by saying, I understand. Yes, that makes sense. And similar phrases acknowledge that you are listening and you are understanding what they are saying. It does not mean you agree, but you are hearing them.
I understand. Yes, that makes sense. Thanks, Mahesh. So you've now heard a little bit about those phrases. And now that you know about the words that separate and words that build, watch the way you speak to others and to yourself. Do you use always, never, and should when you talk to others or to yourself? Practice on yourself using words that build. This will enable you to easily use positive communication patterns with your partner. In our next lesson, we'll summarize the information in this module. You'll have a further opportunity to reflect on all you've learned about communication. But before moving on, again, just review this lesson. And if you have access to the portal, there are some reflection questions and some other download materials for you. If you're watching on YouTube, make your own reflection, your own notes in your own time, then move on to the next lesson. Remember to click the subscribe and the bell button to be notified of new videos as they become released. So thanks, Mahesh. We'll see you again next time.